three things go in my box for you.
So when I first found out that I had cancer, I was 21 years old and I had just given birth 5 months earlier to a baby boy. I was told I had peritoneal mesothelioma and I was given 18 months to live. My world really stopped and really didn't know what to do given this poor diagnosis of a cancer that I had never heard of before.
I was not a little kid. I was 60 when I was diagnosed. And I was going through a divorce, and it was very stressful. The diagnosis, the treatment, all that made me have to retire. So I think for me, the diagnosis got me out of that sort of stuck place that I was in, and it actually galvanized me. I think emotionally, though, in retrospect, I was very numb.
Everybody has their own path. That is really what makes us both unique, unique in our own ways.
So, Tamron, are you ready? Time to open the box and take out number one. This looks so luscious. I want to hug it.
That represents the pillow that I took with me everywhere I went. After I had surgery on my stomach. Every time I got up from chairs, the bed, when I walked around the house, that pillow was my comfort. Oh, so did you draw this? Did you paint this?
Yes,
Wow.
but but the art itself was actually how I coped with it.
Speechless. Okay, in the future. So, does this represent um, when you first found out that you had cancer and that you were looking towards, first you were speechless and then you were looking towards your future?
Right?
Am I close?
Yeah, you right on like great. You got it. You got it. Yeah. I was sort of stunned and
Mm-hmm.
couldn't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, oh my God, what's ahead of me? Like, what is my future going to be? That's
I
what
love
that.
this. And you are a great artist, by the way, Nina.
Thank you.
So my friends, they kind of dwindled down. And originally I was kind of upset. Over time, I had to think about it from their perspective. Maybe, they didn't know how to interact with me. I won't even say that I lost friends. I would just say that our paths grew apart. My husband was my support. I kind of leaned more so onto my family because they were there, and when they say that they would come, they would come.
I have I have a lot of sadness around this topic. I understand what you were saying about the friends disappearing. I felt very alone at this time. I didn't fault anybody. I'm getting upset about this, but I was like got used to the routine by myself. I think maybe because I was older, they figured she's old enough. She worked in healthcare, similar thing that I knew how to take care of myself, um, which I did basically. But thank God I had the art to express myself.
Right.
Thank God, because I don't know. I was so alone. Really, I was very alone, and having lost my husband, that didn't help. I'm happy to say that I was very fortunate to meet one of the social workers at the hospital. I said, "Can I have a list of therapists?" And she said, "Sure." So she gave me a list, and she said she checked off this woman's name and said, "I think this one is the." I mean, and she ranked them for me.
Yeah.
This person was available.
Wow.
So she's still my therapist after all these years.
Wow.
So, Tamara, could you open up the second one now?
Okay. Oh, a little cuddle.
So, Sugar Cookie was given to me by a friend who had had breast cancer. And she found, I guess she had a stuffed animal when she was going through it. So she said, "This is what you need." I can't tell you how much I loved having that. And from somebody who'd been through cancer, and she knew, and somehow she knew I needed something to hold and
Yeah.
to hug.
To hug. So that's the healing angel.
It's a healing angel.
It's the healing angel.
Oh,
And
look, the little birds.
yes, uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And that was given to me by one of my mother's co-workers who is
Uh-huh.
also a cancer survivor. I still have it, and it sits on my sink. I see it every day, and it has been with me ever since, 17 years later. So, being a millennial, growing up with social media kind of like in my back pocket, I really use that as my platform. When I started to share my story about being a cancer survivor, I got so much great feedback. And that just really motivated me to even share more, so they can get a glimpse into my life, living my life as a thriving cancer survivor. And social media has really been the driving force for me to connect with people all over the world.
As you know, a lot older. So social media wasn't really natural for me. The truth is that I really didn't want to go down that road. And I've had a lot of um, younger people tell me, "Oh, but you should be doing this and you could do that, but this." And one of the ways I wanted to give back to the cancer community was using my animation background. So I created the MPAT project. M stands for empathy, PAT stands for patient. And it was like 18 stickers. I put them on the App Store and they could be downloaded for free by any cancer patient in treatment. So they, when they weren't feeling up to talking or chatting, they could send off this little emoji saying, "Tired, talk to you later," or these cute things that let everybody know what you were doing. Shorthand.
And last, but certainly not least, let's open up the number 3. It's a flip phone. So, in speaking of connection, that is the way that I connected with my family, um, with my husband when he was out, and it was 2007. So, the flip phones were the phones to have.
Yeah.
So, number 3. Oh, okay. So you did some stitching.
Right.
Did you do this during treatment?
No, no. This
No.
was done about 3 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So that's part of my survivorship too. Is how to keep moving forward, learning things, that are
Mhm.
still figuring out things that are fun for me. And I am
Mhm.
trying to shift my identity a little bit
Mhm.
so that I will do things from time to time that's related to the cancer. Of course I will,
Mhm.
because it's in my nature to be
Yep.
giving and helpful and
Yep.
hopeful and all that good stuff. But I also needed to find an identity outside of being a cancer person.
Mhm.
You have your family, I don't.
Mhm.
So for me, trying to find a community for me that is not necessarily cancer related was very important.
Well, Nina, this was a great conversation coming into this, not even meeting you, beforehand. I do believe that we really hit it off. Your wittiness and how you're not afraid to say what is on your mind. Like, I love that about you, and just hearing about your story.
Well, I met a very together woman. I mean, I'm just wowed with everything you've done. Your whole journey has been, it's just wonderful.
Was this the journey that at 20 years old that I saw myself doing? No. But like I said before, everyone has your own path, and this is ours. And we just got to own it. And the next time you're in Florida, come check me out.
Bye.
Bye.